Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. In today's show, Rocket Monday, we're going to talk about sacrifice of Rocket Gateway, I'm saying Lunar Gateway for lunar base. Basically, NASA is starting to utilize brain. So let's dive deep into it. So Lunar Gateway, now you have to understand, this was a dumb idea from Obama. Like, wait a minute, Obama come up with this? Yes, Obama had this brain damage where he's like, okay, we went to the moon, what's the point of going to the moon, do something else. But again, did not have the funding for Mars. So he's like, okay, do asteroid redirect mission. I'm like, you cannot go to Mars unless you have sorted moon first. No matter how much Elon weed you smoke, it cannot be done without having thorough, absolute grasp of moon. So this was the idea. They had SLS, which again, why the heck they had SLS? They had SLS because it was a layover from Bush era for, Constellation project, which was targeted for Moon and Mars. So all of this hassle, there is no logic, there is no aim, there is nothing. Like, why do we have this? No reason. NASA is flat out lying that this is helps you for lunar mission. No, it does not. If your target is lunar landing, land on the damn thing, save delta V, which means smaller fuel tank, or heck, if you have the same fuel tank, more margin. So this was fundamentally, under the known laws of science and physics, this was a bad idea. And why the heck it got continue? Again, politics, not engineering nor science, just politics, raw politics. And there was another compounding variable, which was ISS was about to retire. Now, ISS is not just a national project, it's an international project. So they wanted to make sure all the coalition they have built remains. So they were not that excited about making another ISS Mark II improved and better. So they were like, okay, this kind of, feeds that. So they're like, okay, let's gonna do that. And funding started in 2018 and everybody hated it. Anyone who had brain, who wanted their country, as in America, to succeed, they hated it. Because again, if you want moon landing, this is weed. You do not do this. And why did NASA cannot cancel it? Again, it's in the law. Be mindful. NASA is a department that does things that government asks. So if government asks something stupid, they will do it. So they can't cancel it. Now, America, 99% of the time is brain stupid. Like, they do not have a brain. They put their brain in a refrigerator. But if somebody bitch slaps them, somehow that they figure out where the fridge is, they open the fridge and put the brain back in, and then they are horrifying. So China became that bitch slap. China, slow and steady progress. Like, at this point in time, almost all agencies confirm that, yeah, China is gonna land on the moon by 2030. Most likely before that. It's like, it's done. It's gonna happen. So that was a bitch slap. They needed to wake up. It's like, whoa, we can't just troll. So cancellation. Now here's the deal. Because of the Artemis Accords and the politics and the hoo-ha and international law, yes, other countries are also involved into this. By law, NASA can't blockade it. However, they can pause it. And wouldn't a Senate cause a ruckus now? No. Every country wants to land on the moon. And if America has a better pipeline of landing on the moon, more chances you have, all the companies and countries that are working with them, that you can send your own astronaut to the moon surface. Nobody wants to go to basically lunar orbit. What's the point? So fundamentally, nobody will fire missiles at it, but they wanted to cover their bases. So they're like, we are not canceling it by law. We are pausing it. We're gonna unpause it or restart it in the future. I do not know when will that happen. Now, as of now, which again, that's why I'm like, you're not going to restart it, because repurpose existing gateway hardware. They have created a contract. Again, how, that part is not sorted yet, but they will. So they have this module. Now, like, wait a minute, this module looks like a big satellite. Yeah, it's tiny. For a habitat module, this is too tiny. And again, they had to make it tiny so it can be launched on SLS. And this was like dumb idea. You can see, like, this is tiny. Like, this is a dude. Like, if you have stuff inside it, this will be very cramped. And you want people to be inside that for a month. Yeah, that's not happening. So what will you do? Like, you can launch this into basically LEO, but why? You have a propulsion module, which could be used in some other things, but why? So you see, this created a really messy thing. The best thing I can think of this is, like, just make this into a base for a low Earth orbit space station, which other commercial parties can, like, attach things to it. So that's it. Like, again, we do not know what they're gonna do, but so far they have cut this. All the funding has been redirected to lunar missions, specifically focusing on landing, and everything else has put on indefinite pause. Let's just put it that way. The target is divert every single cent into pipeline that allows you to land on the moon, and target is start now. The end, meaning all they would be doing right now with this is just packaging it up. Just wrap it up, put it in a chamber, and just forget about it. Unless somebody figures out what can we do, how can we sell it or salvage it, don't worry about it. So all this information is coming from Ignition. Ignition happened on 24 March 2026. So Jared Asman got serious. Now, I have to say, this was kind of shocking. And again, I've been covering this NASA deal and all that for quite some time. And most of the time, their head generally talk in very political language, where it's like they will speak for yap for 2 hours and nothing would be said. This guy's like, yeah, we messed up. Flat out, no butter. Direct, harsh fact, current mess. The end. No BS, no butter masala. I was like, damn. And how he's gonna fix it? Okay, you have a problem, cool. You acknowledge the problem, amazing. How the heck you gonna fix it? Remove bureaucracy. Now, thankfully, government has realized that China can bitch slap them. So they're like, okay, yo, we cannot let that happen. So government will not interfere with them. So that allows NASA to internally work far more effectively and improve decision making and resource allocation. Again, the biggest example was that LobG, nope. Lunar Gateway, nope. All that funding would be transferred to land on the moon. So that's the whole point. And to expedite the process, because again, not that many years are left. 2026 is almost over, half over, so to say. So 2026 is gone. 27, 28, 29, 30. You literally have 4 years left. So you have to make sure everything gets done in 4 years. So how would you do that? Well, build a competency. The biggest embarrassment is this SLS. This SLS, if you remember the launch before this, that happened, they had an issue known as hydrogen leak. This time, if you remember anything, they had hydrogen leak issues. Like how? Well, it's normal to have hydrogen leak issue. It's just that abnormal to forget how did you fix it in the first time. And why did they forget? That happened 3 years ago. That was the biggest issue. He flat out like, you cannot run a company, you cannot run a rocket if it's a bespoke rocket and people are moving to different branches and people are forgetting, hey, how the heck did we fix this? So target is this has to become yearly or bi-yearly launch event, where it's like just launch it. Just launch the damn thing and then we'll sort everything out. Basically high frequency lunar landing, that's the target, and base target is 2030, meaning they should have people boots on the moon by 2030. Basically this image is a very good representation of the repainting NASA's logos, like clarity, crisp clarity. So SLS. Now, SLS is the core focus simply because there is no other big rocket that is ready. And yes, Starship is not ready, nowhere near ready. So, core focus is still on basically this SLS. However, they're switching SLS, trimming down all the BS, whereas like Boeing is going to make the second stage, improved second stage. Yeah, they just like delete that. We're going to make a new multi-trillion-dollar launch pad, that tower. Yeah, delete that. So delete all of that. Basically what we have right now, Control-C, Control-V, the end. Do not do any modification, do not tamper with it. Just Control-C, Control-V that rocket many times as possible. And that's why they are scaling batch, which is odd. Like if Artemis 2 goes around the moon with people inside, why the heck Artemis 3 is only on Earth orbit? They are scaling it back, and why they are not tampering with Artemis 2? It's supposed to be launched by now. So they're like, yeah, it's already, you know, too far along in the pipeline, just let it happen. Let's collect the data and move along with it. So Earth orbit operational testing, meaning you're gonna deploy in Earth orbit and then you're gonna do docking. Let's see, docking with what? That's the big issue. Starship will take too long, and Blue Lander, I do not know whether they are ready or not. Most likely they're not, especially for human class testing. But again, they have 1.5 years, so let's see. That's the whole point. Expedite the whole thing. And SLS will become the bridge to commercial lunar service. They know full well SLS cannot be sustained. You can just like burn through that much money and just be like, yeah, you can't do that. Even America cannot do that. It's like America has limit. Heck, even Army has limit. That's why they do not have hundreds of B2. So fundamentally, SLS will just be the foundation on which commercial puppies can build on top. It's like, okay, we do not have any heavy lift puppy, no problem. Launch something on slow orbit or slow trajectory. This is gonna do the docking or carryover and all that. So, and chic commercial launch providers, they are very clear on that. These two, it's not the only one. If anybody else has the idea, and be mindful, have the competency to deliver in 3 or 4 years time frame, come to us. We got the money. So they are very clear on that. Crewed mission we are talking about, so you have to have some competency, some serious name behind you, but you can utilize this. And SLS will be now heritage item, meaning if a company like Boeing makes, I'm making the tank, solid booster, I'm making the solid booster, it's no longer NASA only. Meaning if you're like, hey, what if I make the solid booster for this rocket design? Use it. NASA will not interfere it. Basically, it would be, if they wanted to just use booster as one rocket, they could do that. It was the same project done with Ares 1 rocket. It was just a solid booster and they had that stuff. What if, like, core is a liquid rocket, you just use the core, and again still has 4 RS-25 engine. Hydrogen does not have the oomph, but you have enough of it that you eventually gonna throw some heavy tonnage to Earth orbit at least. So why not do that? Basically SLS is now open for all, and if companies that are working on them, they're like, hey, I can take this part from SLS and marry it to this part and GG, they can do that. So for example, let's say that, hey, SLS second stage, which again you need that if you want to dock with Orion, you're like, hey, what if I replace the bottom rocket? It can be done. So SLS will become free for all, and no more SLS upgrade, no more money burning party, and everything is high cadence. Launch as quickly as possible. Now we come to the shocking part. This is the first time I've seen NASA being this clear. Again, Apollo era, they had this clarity, but this is in modern time, this is the first time, because again, Bush did not had clarity. Obama really had weird ideas, like who the heck does asteroid redirect mission? But again, you see, like all this ping pong, all of this has been sorted. It's like, this is what we are doing. This is the timeline. Phase 1, build, test and learn. The end. Phase 2, establish early infrastructure. The end. Phase 3, enable long duration base construction, so to say. The end. It's very clear, very absolute. This is what we're gonna, and again, I will make more dedicated video on like how all these elements are working, because they have like lot of ideas about it, but everything is clear, crisp, with the timelines. Like this puppy starts now, this puppy starts in 2029, that puppy starts in 2032, the later base construction, and everything is clear. We have CLISP mission, basically throw as much stuff to moon as quickly as possible, so you have the idea how can we throw stuff to moon. Basically they want the idea, hey, we want this lunar laser to melt a regolith. Cool, throw it in CLISP mission. How long? 3 months. It will be on the moon. That's the whole point they are targeting for. Going to the moon should be copy paste. It's like Control C, Control V. You want your project, oh, this docketed full, next docket is 3 months later. That's the whole point. Every technology, oh, you want to test, let's say the glove that you have to test, put the glove, literally throw it on the moon. Oh, you want this rover that's supposed to handle lunar winter without freezing over, without having a nuclear reactor using RTG, put it here, CLISP mission, test it out. So every step is clear, crisp, and everyone will build on top of the last mission, and full utilization of private services. They're not even aiming. I'm like, this is the first time I've seen NASA kind of accepting they will not be building rockets in the future. They're like, bro, we done. We burned too much money, billion, like too many billions. And shift from what they call bespoke infrequent missions. Thou shall not do bespoke missions, infrequent missions, yearly, bi-yearly or monthly. They're like complete change. Again, Isaac Newton does know a few things about how things work in real life, and I do not mean working inside a political apparatus, working from his own. So, dark side of the moon. It would be very interesting, and it's shocking like how clear they were. Like, this is what you're gonna do. It's almost like how China has clarity from day one. It's like, what you gonna do? We're gonna land on moon. How you gonna do this? We're gonna do bit part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6. We're gonna land. America, what if we do this? What if we do that? What if we do this? What if we do that? All deleted. What if we land robotically? What if we land with better tools and better technology? What if we build the base? Step 1, step 2, step 3. Clear, crisp, and timeline. Although I'm doubtful they can pull all of this off in 4 years, but again, America has been shown to do amazing things if they get bit slapped. So let's see. So this was my presentation on the ignition, basically NASA's announcement. Hopefully you have liked it, learned from it. In that case, please click the like button, share it amongst your friends. That will help me a lot. If you didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, I urge you to press dislike, press it twice to show me disappointment. Please leave a comment because I do try to reply to all of them. Subscribe, press the bell icon if you're free, and as always, thanks for watching.